Hey there, friends. I hope all of you are having a sweet Saturday. It's a rainy Saturday here. We were supposed to have a community yard sale, but it got rained out. So, yay. I mean, not kind of yay. Yeah, for me, yay. Because, nobody wants to sit in the rain and sell their junk right now. So, it all kind of worked out because I'm having a fun, creative, artsy morning. I hope you are too. I'm going to start a book of backgrounds project. This is something that I had a dream about last night, and a lot of times that's just how things start here. I have taken a publication. Now, this one is called Natural Awakenings, but what you're going to want to look for when you look for free publications, in your grocery store, in your market, in your convenience store, wherever you are looking for, kind of free-ish art supplies, is you want to find a publication that has a newsprint in it, because for this kind of project, newsprint really does work. And as we kind of work with our book of backgrounds, you can see what's going to happen here. It's really fun if you have a publication that has staples in it. Now, this is a glued binding publication, so no staples here, but it's fun to get one that has staples. We're looking to put color on a page. We want it to bleed through to the next page, and that's part of the adventure of a book of backgrounds like this. Now, just a word about picking things up like this. I love Natural Awakenings. I pick one up every month. One. Sometimes two, if they've got a beautiful cover, because I do send Mom the cover and articles out of this magazine. It was ingrained in me not to be greedy with things like this, because this is somebody's, hard work and effort. Anyway, so, when I pick it up, I read it, I clip articles, I send articles to Mom, and that is kind of how I use this publication before it turns into an art project. I just felt like I really needed to say that this morning. So what we're going to do, I'll show you the pages that I already have done. This was an afterthought, so I think that I'm going to change the process here a little bit. I think what I want to do is work on the page that's facing me, and then the idea here is to allow yourself to be surprised, and you'll understand more when we get into this. What I'm using this morning are a selection of old Sharpie markers. I'm using a Sharpie poster paint white pen thing. I'm using Sharpie, a very used and much loved black marker here. I'm using skinny washi tape. A lot of times I don't know what to do with that washi tape. It's so skinny, but it's really beautiful, and I wanted to use it in some way. These are kind of the star of the show. These are called Spectrum Noir sparkle paintbrushes. So I'm going to kind of show you what this looks like. These are messy. They're all over my hands. The sparkle is all over my hands. But is that really such a bad thing on a rainy day? No, probably not. A little sparkle to your life. I have put a link in the description box below to the Spectrum Noir website, so you can kind of get the skinny on these pens, on these paint markers. I really love them. Somebody gave them to me, which was a really remarkable gift for someone to give them to me. They're not for everybody because they do create a lot of sparkle, but we're going to use them in a lot of different ways. The next thing that you might want to do, you guys, is just have a little bit of magazine page torn apart, okay? So let's look at what we're using, and we got our Dick Blick glue stick. You don't need anything else. I think a lot of times and I'm big on this, and you know what? If you're just tired of listening to me, then flip from my channel. I don't care. I think that we often overburden ourselves by trying to use too many things. So you know, I was not going to burden myself with getting a bunch of stuff out, because then I have to put a bunch of stuff up, and I just don't like doing that. I like this image right here, so I'm just going to kind of block that just as a, you know, kind of a reminder that I do want to kind of incorporate that image into the page. Now let's look at the way this page is laid out. It is designed to have blocks. So there's a block here, there's a block here, there's a block here, because a lot of these kind of publications really do, they're arranged in blocks because these are advertising blocks, and these are the way advertising is sold in publications like this. First thing I want to do is I'm going to start at the top of the page. These pens are so juicy. You can kind of just do this with them. I think what I want to do is do that over here. Now, while this is drying, we'll add, you know, more things to this. If you don't have Spectrum Noir pens, no fuss, no worries. You can use sprays, you can use food coloring, you know, just take the food coloring and just drop it onto the page, which creates a really awesome effect. You can use, if you don't have food coloring, you can wet a brush and just splash some paint on here. The way that we get this glitter effect here is that the Spectrum Noir is a sparkle pen, so you're going to have the glitter effect embedded in your ink dots. If you don't have if you don't have the Spectrum Noir pens, you can always use like a regular kind of, you know, a marker, and then put glue, put some glitter in the middle of it. So, you know, a lot of different ways. You don't have to have like these Spectrum Noir pens, but they are, you know, totally a lot of fun to pee-daddle around with, as we say here in the South. I'm thinking that I'm just going to add a little bit of color right here, kind of cover this up. I am going to kind of work in my blocks, but I'm not going to do one block at a time. I'm just going to kind of be happy and flow and just see what happens. I do want to kind of take the color all the way over to the edge, because that's fun too. Like I said, you know, if you don't have these kinds of pens, use, you know, use some paint, or use, you know, those little cheapy glitter pens that are in the pound shop are really super cool. When I say pound shop, I mean the dollar store, Dollar Tree. Okay. Now, still laying down, you know, whatever I want here. Now this one is about all done. She's tired, so I'm going to put her to the side. I do think I have her in another color. There we go. You might find words, you know, that you want to save on a page. We'll add some words in a bit. And do get your color right into the edge of the publication. We are looking for leaking, we're looking for bleed through. That's the fun part of this project. I am not a painter, and to me, like, that whole thing of, you know, trying to make the paint dry and having to wait on it to dry and wanting to close the book and not being able to close the book because the paint's not dry, that kind of thing just makes me insane. So what I like to do is use pens and markers, you know, for my color elements. Let's see what we can do with this. See if we can. Now, for right now, I'm using a Sharpie, and she's all done too. It's a great little project for things that, you know, that are, that maybe you're thinking of throwing in the trash. You know, just get that last little bit of love from it before you ditch it. And she's expired, bless her sweet soul. She was a good girl. The next thing that you might want to try, you know, and because this is like a collage book backgrounds, what I'm going to do down here is just start building a collage while the rest of this kind of dries, and then we'll, you know, we'll finish that up. Sometimes you can kind of go off a, you know, use a photo as a background. In this case, this was a page that talked about the James River, so I just collaged some magazine pieces to go over it, and that worked out really, really well. With this one, I really love the colors of this, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to do a little bit of collage under it. I'm going to bring, you know, bring everything. Okay, see, I really like the way this purple is playing with the purple over here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab a purple here and kind of fill in here. And now that I'm doing that, I really don't like it, so I think I'm not going to do that. What I will do is kind of use some white pen there. I don't want to cover my sparkles, is what I'm getting at. Let's see if we've got another. Oh, this one's brand new. Try not to use that one. Oh, there we go. These, like I said, somebody gave these to me, and the colors no longer like match the tops, which is okay. I see no fuss about that. All right, let's grab a glue stick. And let's get this down. The really fun part of this project is the surprise that you'll get from all your bleed through. It's just super cool. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm thinking something right here, but I'm not sure, like, I do like this, but I like this as a part up here, so I'll go ahead and put that up here. It's just pretty. A little bit of collage. You know what? I was kind of thinking about moving this, you know? Let's see if it'll let me. It did let me. Hoorah. You know, we still kind of got the block thing going on, right? Maybe this will just encourage you to drag out some things and play with them today. You know, maybe some things that you haven't really done much with, you know, in a while. The Spectrum Noir is just not something that I often use. But it really is pretty. I'm just kind of looking through the papers that I have here. I think I'm going to color this block in. I'll color it in. I feel like the page needs a little bit of lift. So I'm going to do... Now this is just a regular Sharpie marker. And she's not going to probably play too well. There's something about newsprint that is delightful to work with. I think because, and you guys will get this, you remember when you were in school and you heard that art cart coming down the hall and you realized it was art day? Oh, it was so exciting. And you know, you always have those big pieces of newsprint to to paint on. And remember going like in the, did you ever go in the cloakroom and mix the paint? You know, was that you mixed powder, a pigment with water, and that was the paint that you used? Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. It was the best thing in the world. Oh my goodness. Gosh, those days are gone, but man, they were fun. I was thinking, you know, it's kind of nice to have lived, you know, during the time that I lived, because I have really gotten to see a lot of things. Good things, bad things. I'm not sure, you guys, if you can buy these like pens individually, but you know, I hope you can see the sparkle that happens here. And I'm not being fussed about it at all. Yeah, that's, we just have to flow. We just have to be creative. Can't really be too fussy about the outcome, right? All right, so I need to do something with this block. I do like this, and I think it kind of brings the page together. We have two natural elements there. I think, I'm not sure the green is going to work here. Nope, the green might not work. I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's get, you know what? I like this. And then I think what I'll do is use my Sharpie. You guys know how much I love circles, so we're just gonna do a few circles right here. Just like that. Happy circles. Shades of Bob Ross. And then instead of using this block as is, I'm gonna kind of collage it on here like that. Funny. Man, my tinnitus is like ripping through my head this morning. It's what I get. It is so loud. There we go. Now, we kind of brought those two elements together. All right. I have, when I cut out my one page for, you know, I didn't want to get into a whole lot of cutting and stuff, but I did find a cluster of letters, a cluster of words that I thought were super cool. I want this thing to dry, because when it dries, it's going to look like a moon in the sky. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful with it. Here's to get you back in this. That's right, Tammy. Just drop it right there. That's what you said you didn't want to do, and you did it anyway. Okay. It says, here's to get you back in the swing of things. I think we'll... Can you believe that? Isn't that just the thing? I was talking yesterday about being 62 and dropping everything. Who wrote back that ha 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 or something like that? I'm kidding. Oh, I know. It was, I can't remember who it was. She's like, 67. It just gets worse. It's like, great. Okay, so we finished this page. I can see that this is not drawing very fast here. What I'm going to do is like take just a wee bit of tissue and kind of allow that to. There we go. That boo-boo we made right there can be a star. There we go. Okay. All right. The cool thing is it's dry over here. So but if you want to use paint, then that's cool. Just use paint, you know, in your big old book of backgrounds. I want to add a little bit of marker right here. Like that. I like the way this looks here. I may want to add, don't have any more pink. Just a little bit of definition right here. Now, how I'll use this, I am going to tear this up when I get done with it. And I'll have background colors. I have a really strong desire right now to do some sewn tags. Remember when we did our loose leaf Lucy's and they were just sewn pages? So I kind of have a desire to do that right now. And I will be working on flow journals again soon. Kind of took a break. Took a little break. I want to put something here. Go to Bermuda. Okay. Okay. When are we going? Let's go right now. Let's see what's on the back of that. Oh, that worked perfect. There we go. Get very, I think I'll switch to a jot marker instead of ruining my beautiful thick glue stick. All right, for the last layer, let's add some of this tape. It's fun to use. Especially, you know, I like blocking things in these books. I also, when I use tape, I like to fold it over to the next page. That gives you an instant layer, doesn't it? So, you know, this kind of allows you to kind of neaten up any edges. Okay, all right, now we're gonna flip this page, and when we flip it, you're gonna get a surprise. I don't like this white right here. Looking for a way to diffuse that. There we go. It's an inspiring page too, because nature, the Odyssey of Flight, good food, berries, natural things to eat are all here to get you back in the swing of things. All right, so we're ready to flip. Now you can see that we already have all this fun going on the next page. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I don't like to keep you guys too long. We can identify your blocks. So we've got a block here, we've got a block here. We can use this as a block, or we can use this, this, and this as a block. So I want to just go ahead and kind of, I really love the word synergy. So I want to keep that right there. And I think what I'll do is kind of just block it in a little bit better. We've got our ink splats going on. Let's go ahead and start adding some color. I wanted to show you guys, this barrel comes undone from this paint pen. So you can actually refill these pens, which is cool. You know, I like that from an environmental kind of standpoint. I think that's important. So did you see? I mean, you get a surprise, right? But you don't want to. You want to surprise yourself. Ah, that's a nice thought, isn't it? Surprise and delight yourself, my friends. Give yourself a little surprise. Don't cheat. Don't flip the page before it's time and then start making decisions about your next page before you've finished your first page, because you're not finishing what is in front of you. It's really important. Get kind of into a Zen spirit here doing things like this. All right. That's pretty. Yeah. I'm going to take this and just do a few little circles. Circle. That just feels good. Sorry, dude. We diffuse the dude. All right, let's go ahead and work on this one. Let's see what we have. We have, seems to have started with some green here, so let's go ahead and do green over here as well. See how pretty the bleed through looks when you start coloring over it again? There's something super relaxing about it, y'all. It's a combination of allowing your heart to be happy, allowing your spirit to have a little fun. Okay, then I think we're going to block this. And what color do we want to use? We've been using a lot of blue, but gosh, it's just so darn pretty. I think we'll do some blobs here. You know, look at magazines like this. I look at publications and I think, oh, you know, all these people are not doing their thing because of the, you know. And that's sort of sad. I hope that, I hope things are good wherever you are. Such a thing, isn't it? I mean, I thought it was going to be done in 3 weeks, but it's not. They closed another venue where Chris works last night. But just feel bad for all these, you know, bartenders and people who, I think we're gonna go ahead and start doing a wee bit. This is so gorgeous. A wee bit of collage right there at the top of our page. I think we're gonna do that. It's very pretty. Kind of try and remember to take my gluing off so I don't mess up my glue stick. That's pretty, isn't it? All right. Let's see if we can Now for this, I'm using a Sharpie marker. I think because my Sharpie's not very juicy, I'm going to do a couple of things. So I used the bit of blue that I had going on here. I'm using a darker blue. Just, ooh, that one's really nice. Sometimes things just want to work in blocks. They want to work in segments. So that's how things are working at the moment. Let's pick up another piece of collage. Now remember, this is the very same little collage-ish kind of element. This is one page, so you're not riffling through your stash. Oh, I kind of, I like this a little bit better. You're not riffling through your stash. You know. There we go. That's pretty. You're kind of using what you intended. You're going to have a really quick cleanup. Not much of a cleanup, dear friends. I keep thinking I'm grabbing pink, and the pink has turned brown. But, you know, that's okay. It's all right. And she is really kind of starting to not want to cooperate, but that's okay too. No worries. This is the thing about art. You just can't get too stressed out about it. And I think that is what, you know, I do that. I mean, I just get super stressed out about it. It's like, really? Shouldn't it be fun? Why are you struggling? Don't struggle. Just have fun. Have fun. No struggle art. Okay. I think this is what I was using. You know what I think I'd like to do? I think I might like to just take a scrappy bit of paper. I want to see what would happen if I did this.